Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to be sharing how to get flawless looking skin without having to resort to makeup. So if you can't stand wearing makeup, you don't like foundations or concealers, then this video is for you. Now, I do like makeup. I love wearing blushes and bronzers and mascaras, but sometimes I don't even want to do that. I just want to go out fresh-faced and just have that clean look to the skin. But of course, I still want to add some color back onto my skin. I do want to slightly even out my skin tone as well, but I do want that added sun protection at the same time. So with that being said, I am going to be using 4 sunscreen products today. 3 of them are tinted, and I'm going to be using the products from Drmtlgy. And I have talked about these several times in the past. You guys know that I absolutely adore these, and I thought I would share this routine because I've never shared how I like to use these all together to achieve that flawless, glowing looking complexion. So let's do it. Now, of course, I will have these linked below for you for your reference, including my 20% off discount code as well. And just so you know, this is a very quick and easy routine to do on an everyday basis. Like if you wake up late every day or you just have a hard time getting yourself going in the morning like I do, and you're on a time crunch, this is a really quick and easy way to achieve that flawless looking skin. I am telling you, you will be shocked how quickly you can do this. Now in today's video, it's going to take me a little bit longer because I'm going to talk my way through it, but I would say within 5 minutes, I can throw all of this on my skin and the way I go, and everything is done. So I love that. Now don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell, as I would love to have you all here long term. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well, as it really does help to support my channel. So let's start with the Drmtlgy Physical Tinted Moisturizer SPF 44. This is all mineral. This has a zinc oxide of 10% and a titanium dioxide of 5.5%. It is broad spectrum. This will protect your skin from both UVA and UVB rays, and it's also water resistant up to 80 minutes. This truly gives your skin that beautiful, natural, tinted glow. It just has that perfect formulation where it's lightweight on the skin, and it's great for all skin types. But if you are more on that drier side, I think you're going to really enjoy this. I have combination skin, just for reference, and I'm also acne prone. This doesn't break me out. This doesn't cause paling from my experience with it anyways, and it's not too heavy or too moisturizing for my skin either. So if you wanted to skip a moisturizer, you totally could, because this is your tinted moisturizer with that added SPF. So I generally don't put moisturizer before this, but I do put a non-tinted sunscreen before I go in with this. And the reason being is because, as you know, we should be putting approximately 2 to 3 finger lengths of sunscreen all over our face and our neck for that proper sun protection. And so I don't like doing that with a tinted formulation, because then my skin looks too dark. It just looks like I have way too much product on my skin, and it doesn't look natural on my skin personally. So I like to go in with a non-tinted sunscreen first, put that proper amount all over, let it dry down, and then go in with my tinted sunscreen afterwards. And then of course I can just put a little amount if I want to. I don't have to worry about putting 2 to 3 finger lengths of this. So of course I've already put that non-tinted sunscreen beforehand, so I've already done that off camera. But this does contain vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, as well as iron oxides. And iron oxides can actually help to protect your skin further from blue light, which is a wonderful thing. So let me put 1 pump of this to start, and if I need to put more, then of course I can do that. So I always like to start with a little amount and then gradually increase if I feel like I need more coverage. All right, so that is what 1 pump will give you, which is a pretty decent amount, especially if you don't want to put too much. So I'm going to evenly distribute this as much as I can. And I don't bring this down my neck because I don't want that transfer onto clothing. So I usually pick a tinted sunscreen that matches my neck tone at that time to have it properly blend. So I'm just strictly keeping this for the face. And I like to go in layers sometimes with tinted sunscreens. So sometimes I will just put that one layer all over, see how much coverage I get. If I need a little bit more, then I just do another layer, and I just keep doing that. That way you're not putting too much product all at once, because it's easy to add than to, of course, take away. All right, so as you can see, it gives that nice glow, right? Just that hint of tint. I just really love how even one application looks, but I am going to put just a little bit more, especially in the cheek area and the chin and forehead. So let's just add a little bit more. So let's do maybe half a pump and see where that takes us. Now, I have tested this tinted sunscreen with many non-tinted sunscreens from other brands, and I will tell you that I have never experienced pilling. And let's say you want to put the proper amount of this, right? 2 to 3 finger lengths, and you don't want to put a separate sunscreen beforehand, but maybe you want to use a moisturizer. Just know that I've done that before, and I've also never experienced pilling. But this on its own, without a moisturizer beforehand, I'm telling you, this is moisturizing enough. And even come fall and winter, this is still going to be lovely. I have used this many times in the winter months, and it just gives you this nice healthy glow to your skin. And everyone's gonna be looking at you like, how does your skin look so hydrated? How does it look so glowy in the dead of winter? This product is going to give you the most beautiful looking skin. And this is also the perfect sunscreen for the summer, because it just gives that nice sun-kissed look as well. So as you can see, it did help to slightly even out my skin tone, and it looks really beautiful. So now I'm gonna be going in with the Drmtlgy Luminous Eye Corrector that has an SPF 41. So I have talked about this before. I did do a tutorial on this and a full review on the fair shade as well as the medium shade. So if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to leave it below for you. I am going to be featuring the medium shade today because honestly, it matches my skin the best. It almost looks like concealer for me personally. The fair is really beautiful also, but it does give a brighter look underneath my eyes, where sometimes I feel like I need to tone it down a little bit and add concealer just to eliminate some of that brightness. But if you're having like one of those days where you have discoloration and you just need that brightness, go with the lighter shade than what you would typically be, and you will achieve that. So sometimes I will grab for the fair, but my go-to is generally the medium shade. So I am going to put just a little amount. So this, of course, is your under eye SPF, right? But it's also going to color correct. It's going to get rid of some of that discoloration. If you decide to put concealer on top of this just because maybe you just need that extra coverage, you totally can. It sits nicely, no pilling whatsoever. But this really is that light to medium coverage, and you can build it up, I find, as well. Now, this is also a product that has anti-aging ingredients in it also, so it's going to treat your skin, it's going to color correct and protect. So it does it all. So all you do is you just push down on this button at the back, and then of course it has that nice little metal applicator. So this really does help to depuff at the same time, but I generally just like to do one little dot and then use my finger to blend it in, which you will see in just a minute. But I also like to use this just to color correct any areas that possibly the tinted moisturizer didn't cover. So sometimes I will just add a few extra spots in some areas. So instead of adding more tinted sunscreen, I will just use this, and it does a really good job. Now this also comes in 4 shades. So there's fair, medium, and 2 deeper shades. This is all mineral, just so you know, and this has a zinc oxide of 12% and a titanium dioxide of 10%. And I'm just gonna go straight in with my finger and just blend that all in. So again, I like to start with just a little amount, and then if I need to add more, then of course I can do that. So this is also a great product to use on your eyelids as well, just to even out your eyelids. I have a little bit of discoloration on my lids, like pinky purpley tones, and if you're someone that likes to wear you know, eyeliners, eyeshadows, this acts as a base, right? A shadow primer. So everything just grips on top of this. And then of course you get that nice longevity with your eye products. So love that. And this is also very moisturizing. So if you have any type of texture, dryness, crepiness, honestly, this does not accentuate that. This does a very good job to almost blur that out, and it disguises any dryness or crepiness that you possibly have. So you know how some eye products will make your under eyes look worse than what it was prior? This product does not do that. And I can really appreciate that because sometimes, like for me personally, I can be a little dry in the inner corner, especially during the winter months. And this does not cling onto dryness at all. So love that. It doesn't really crease either, but I still like to sometimes put like a translucent powder or something on top, which you will see me do in just a minute. And it just helps to basically set this product where you may not experience additional creasing. It just helps to set the product where you have that nice longevity. That's optional, of course, but I'm telling you, so moisturizing. And then of course, I just go all over the face where I apply that, and this does a really good job just to disguise any additional discoloration that we couldn't cover with the sunscreen. Now, I could have covered all of these additional spots if I really wanted to, if I kept applying more layers of that tinted sunscreen, but I'm all about that flawless look and just wearing less. So just adding a little bit of this makes a world of a difference. Plus it's hydrating and it's not going to make your skin look worse, like more makeup-y or cakey. If you have any blemishes, this sits really nicely on top of a blemish. Whether the blemish is dry or not, I've had some dry blemishes in the past and this really didn't cling onto it either. It almost disguised the dryness. It was quite impressive, I will say. But look how nicely that just blends into the skin. So again, this almost acts as that concealer and it matches my skin tone perfectly. And I'm just so impressed with this, you guys. Like, look at that complexion. Is that not beautiful? Like flawless, glowy, with just a hint of a tint. So now I'm gonna go in with the Drmtlgy SPF Radiance Powder. So this is broad spectrum with an SPF 30. All mineral. This has a zinc oxide of 22.5% and a titanium dioxide of 12.5%. Now this comes in 3 shades. So I have it in the shade Fair, which is what I'm going to use today, but I also have it in the shade Medium as well, and then there is one other shade that is deeper. Now medium is also really nice on my skin tone, but if I'm going to be reapplying this throughout the day, sometimes it packs on too much color. So I like to stick with the Fair because it acts more of that translucent shade for me personally, and I much prefer to use this shade if I'm reapplying several times a day because this is designed to be used on top of a full face of makeup so that your makeup isn't getting ruined throughout the day, right? Because when we have a full face of makeup, we can't exactly put liquid sunscreen back on our skin. So that's why they came up with this. And even for the look that we are achieving today, I also like to use this throughout the day as that added sun protection. This should be applied every 2 hours. Sometimes I forget to do that, but I will put this on at least 3 times a day if I can remember to do that, and that's better than nothing. So what I'm gonna do is here, I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes and on my eyelids to set it in place so that creasing doesn't happen right away. And then of course 2 hours from now, or when I remember, then I will go back in with this and put it all over my face, my neck, and even sometimes I will put this on the tops of my hands. Now I love that glowing complexion. So since I just applied my sunscreen now, I don't necessarily have to put this all over my face because I've just applied a fresh layer of sunscreen. So again, in 2 hours from now or whenever I remember, then I will go in and put this all over my face for that added sun protection. Now, if you're not enjoying the shine and the glow that this sunscreen is giving you, then feel free to go in right now and mattify that up and get rid of that shine. And then the way you go, and then just reapply when need be. So like I said, I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes for right now. And I'm just going to lightly tap that underneath the eyes. and on the eyelids. So I'm gonna prime it again. I do this every time I do a different section. So I will bang the bottom, get the powder going, apply it to the under eyes. I will do it again and do the other side. And then if I want to do my face, I will bang the bottom again just to ensure that the powder is still going through, and then go all over. So that is what I do to basically get that flawless look. I want to remain glowy. I want that shine to still be on my skin so that it looks more natural. It just has that nice youthful complexion. And then again, I will just go in with this later on. So once I've done that, now I'm going to go in with the Drmtlgy SPF 25 Lip Balm. Now this isn't tinted. I wish it was, because then of course we could just add a little bit of color to the lips. You can always do that with something else, but I really do like this because we need to make sure that we protect our lips with sunscreen as well, right? If you're walking your dog, you're outside for long periods of time, we need to be protecting the lips just as much as the rest of the face. This does have a little bit of a menthol scent to it, which I do like. This isn't mineral, this contains chemical ingredients, and it's also very moisturizing on the lips. It does a really good job to get rid of dryness, it prevents dryness, but then of course we have that sun protection of SPF 25. So if you are someone that wears lipsticks, you could put this on top of your lipstick just to add that sun protection. And this is something that I do like to be consistent with throughout the day, especially when I'm outside. So that completes the look. And as you can see, my skin has this nice glow. It looks very youthful. It looks fresh and healthy, and it just looks well moisturized as well. And I just absolutely love this look for those real no makeup days. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I was able to introduce you to a new sunscreen routine. Again, this is great for the summer months, but especially moving into the fall winter months as well. And I truly can't recommend these products enough. I will have them linked below for you, like I said, including the Drmtlgy discount code. Let me know if you've tried any of these before. What are your thoughts? Are you going to try some of these? Let's get a conversation going in that comment section. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.